beautiful people, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. Today I'm going to be going through my project pan. I'm going to be giving you guys my third update on my project pan. We're nearly at the end of the initial time period that I'd set myself to try and use up these products. I think I gave myself initially a 6-month deadline in terms of trying to use up as much product as possible. I want to talk to you guys about the realistic usage of these products since we've been in isolation, as we are still facing the issues of the current pandemic, and a lot of us aren't leaving our home. So realistically, in terms of usage, I want to talk to you guys about that, and then also show you what I have managed to use in the time frame since my last video, which was, I'm pretty sure, in March. I'm not 100% sure. I will have the playlist for my project pan linked in the description box below for you guys to go and check that out. I will also have my Instagram handles on the screen for you guys to go and check me out over there, and please do go and have a look at my makeup account. I'm trying to be as super active over there as possible, and I'm pretty sure that's everything from me. And without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. So I promise eventually, guys, I will replace this ugly chair. Like, now that I've pointed it out, you're probably going to notice it in all my videos now moving forward, but I'm totally aware that it doesn't work with the aesthetic of my background. I will fix that eventually. It's just not really on my priority list at the moment. But let's dive into some of the products that I have been able to get through and utilize during this pandemic period. So I will be realistic. I do not have as much of a usage to show you guys as I would like, but I do have a few exciting things to show you. So first of all, I know a lot of you guys were keen to see if I managed to use up the rest of my butter bronzer, and yes, I did. So this is completely empty. There is absolutely nothing left in there. So I literally got as much out of it as I possibly could. I ended up repressing it. A lot of you guys actually recommended that I repress the bronzer just to make sure I could get everything out, because I found it really hard to get in there with my big powder brush to try and get a lot of the bronzer out. But this was a fantastic bronzer. I would definitely reconsider repurchasing this down the track. At the moment, I'm kind of challenging myself not to buy any makeup. I've managed to go through this entire pandemic phase without buying any makeup, which I'm super proud of. But now that this one is done and I'm going to be removing it from my project pan, I will be replacing it with the Too Faced Sweet Tea Baked Luminous Glow Bronzer. I love this bronzer. I actually have this on today. So if you were wondering what my bronzer was, this is it. This is the bronzer that I'm using. I adore it. It's got a luminous side and a matte side, and then when you swirl them together, they just make such a beautiful bronzer. This is a nice everyday bronzer that's appropriate for a corporate office when we do eventually go back into the office. So I have been using this a little bit. You can see that there is a bit of usage there already. So I'm super keen to continue using this, and that is now my new bronzer for my project pan. So the blush that I was using for my project pan was the Papa Don't Peach Too Faced blush. Now, I haven't really been using this blush, I will be deadly honest with you guys. This is what it currently looks like. There's a lot of work to go there. The embossment is starting to lift, but there is still very much a long way to go to actually get into this product. I believe there is, how many grams? There's 9 grams of product in this, so this is going to take ages to get through. I feel like blushes, I love blushes. Like, blushes is such a weak spot for me, but they just, it takes me so long to get through them. Like, realistically, you probably only need 1 blush a year, and these tend to expire after a year anyway. So honestly, unless you are a professional makeup artist that is smashing through this stuff like no tomorrow, I honestly do not think that you need more than 1 blush in your collection, and I know that I am actively trying not to repurchase any blushes for that exact reason. Now I'm going to go into my powders. So these are the 2 powders that I'm currently using. It's the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder. I've got it in the shade Lavender and in the shade Butter. I haven't used lavender at all this entire project pan. It's literally still sitting, I don't even know if it's picking it up because of the color. It's literally still sitting on that same line that I marked at the very beginning of this project pan. And unfortunately, Butter is sitting at the same line as well. I'm not quite sure if you can see that. Because these powders are so bright, it's really hard for the camera to pick it up. But yeah, literally these 2, I haven't used them. I think the reason why I haven't used them is because I've been experimenting a little bit more with my other powders. So I've been really loving the Hourglass mineral veil powder. I really like that for an array of different skin types, and because my skin type seems to have changed a little bit since the whole isolation pandemic situation, I have been trying a few different things on my face. Like for example, today I have the Laura Mercier loose translucent powder on my face. I really love the way it's come out, and it's something that I kind of want to use a little bit more. So these kind of are just going to the back burner for me. And it's not because they're not good, and it's not because I don't enjoy them. It's just that I'm kind of drawn to other things right now, and unfortunately that is impacting my project pan. I will probably start focusing on them more when we do go back into the office. I'm not in the office right now, and they're not planning on sending me back into the office until like August. I'm pretty sure they're starting to do the phased approach of allowing people to go back now. But I mean, I think we're still a long way away, and then once we are back in the office, I will definitely be focusing on those powders. So next up are the two foundations that I had in my project pan. So I had the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. Now this one has a 1-year expiry date. I have used about half. So I'm not quite sure if you can see there, but there's actually the line from it settling right there. So about half of the bottle has been used. I will mark this just so that we know, but it's just, this shade is really hard for me to match. I need to be at a certain point in my fake tan to reach this, and it does tend to turn grey on me. I don't know if it's just because of my skin type or whether I've got the wrong shade, but it does oxidize, and for some reason it shifts grey. So I don't really like going for this. It obviously will work for some people. This particular shade is number 200. This will work for somebody, so I am thinking of just putting this into my kit and then using it as a shade that I can mix with other shades if that's what works for a client. But for me, it's just not really something that I'm interested in using. It's completely settled, so I mean that kind of tells you that I'm not really gravitating towards it, but I am trying to use it when I can. It's just not that much, and quite frankly, I don't wear foundation at home. I don't put makeup on. Like I have quite a bit of makeup on at the moment. Like this is kind of like an everyday glam kind of look for me. I don't wear this unless I'm filming or I'm going somewhere. Like if I'm going to makeup school, I'll wear something like this, or if I'm, like I said, I'm filming. But if I'm just working from home, I'm not going to doll up. So especially with foundation, I don't want to affect my skin at all. So that's why my foundations haven't had that much in terms of improvement. The other foundation is also the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. Yeah. So I have this one in the shade Cheesecake. Quite a big bottle. It smells, I actually really like the smell. It has like that rose potent smell that all of Huda Beauty's skin products have, and I really like it. I really do enjoy this foundation. Probably not as much as some of my other ones, but it is one that I'm quite happy to use up. I think again the issue with this shade for me is the fact that it doesn't quite match me either. I have to be at a certain point in my fake tan, and I think it's kind of at the very end of my fake tan that this kind of works for me. I'm thinking of putting this into my kit just as something to mix with other products as well, but again, I'm not wearing foundation at home unless I'm filming. I'm not wearing it, and when I do put it on, I'm experimenting with other stuff that's in my collection at the moment. So that's why there isn't that much movement with them. They're both roughly halfway or 2/3 of the way complete, so I am not too concerned about getting them done by the end of this year, but they definitely must be done by the end of this year because otherwise they will expire. So I am very conscious of that as well. So next up is my setting sprays. So this is the Pretty Vulgar Lock It In Set in Stone Makeup Setting Spray. This is, I think I mentioned this in my previous project pan. I hate this. I really do not like this. I think it smells absolutely disgusting. It's been such a long time since I've used it, I can't remember the smell. Oh, it smells like chemicals. It just doesn't smell like something you should be putting on your face. It just, ugh. Anyway, it's been used a little bit. I'm not quite sure if you can tell, but the line is actually a bit lower now. The line is sitting there. So I've got about 1/3 of it left to go. Guys, this is a struggle. This is such a struggle. Like I honestly don't know how I'm going to get through this because it's much like the Marc Jacobs primer. I'm trying to use it up because I want to get my money's worth, but it's absolutely horrible. It's disgusting, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to get it out of my collection, period. Like, I'm over it. It's disgusting. It's gross. I do not recommend that product. if you get the chance, go into a Sephora and smell it and tell me your thoughts below in the comments what you think, because to me the smell of that is just putrid. It just doesn't sit well with me. It literally gives me a headache. It makes me feel sick. So I want to know what you guys think. So go into Sephora, smell that, and tell me what you think of it and let me know. So the alternative for that setting spray is the Mario Badescu Skincare. This is the facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. So there isn't actually that much left in this. I usually use this just to wet my brushes. There's only a tiny bit left, but like, oh, I love lavender. Lavender is just so beautiful. It's so calming. It's like so zen. So I am looking forward to using this way more than using this. So I honestly can't see any problems with that being ended by the end of the year. And these actually have 24 months worth of being in date. So, and that's interesting because it does have essential oils in it. That's actually really cool to know. So got that one in there. I'm slowly plugging my way through that. But let's talk about something super exciting. So I actually finished a highlighter. I finished my Tarte Exposed highlighter. So here it is. I will show you guys. Look at that. There is nothing left in that pan, baby. It's gone. So I am stoked. But at the same time, I have to admit I cheated a little bit. Well, not cheated. I opened up my makeup bag. So okay, I'll tell you the story. So I live in Melbourne, and then my parents live in a rural country town. And that's where I grew up. I grew up in a country town. I grew up in Gippsland. So fact for you guys, it's a little bit about me. So when the whole pandemic thing happened, I didn't want to be in Melbourne. I wanted to be as far away from the situation as possible. So I came back to my parents' place here in Gippsland. And when I moved a whole bunch of my stuff, like I moved my desktop, I moved a whole bunch of stuff, I moved like all of my makeup, a whole bunch of clothes. Like I didn't know how long we were going to be out here for. We've been out here for 3 months, could be longer, don't know. I moved my bag, which had all my Project Pan stuff in it, and when I opened that up, this was unfortunately smashed. So there wasn't that much left in there. It was very thinned out. That was probably only going to last me maybe another month or so anyway. So I guess it's kind of like me cheating a little bit, but at the end of the day, this is out of my collection. It's done. It's gone. Bye, guys. She's out. Gone. So the next highlighter that I will be replacing that one with is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey Baked Highlighter. This is so stunning. Oh, I just think that is so beautiful. So I got this when I was in America forever ago. I could never really get behind the hype. I don't know why I never liked it, but look at that. Oh, isn't that just so beautiful? Oh, stunning. So I have wanted to use this for ages. This has been something that I have been keen to get into for a long time, and like secretly I'm really glad my Tarte highlighter smashed. It's a beautiful highlighter, don't get me wrong, beautiful everyday highlighter, but I really wanted to get into this one. So I'm going to start using this every single day. I feel like we're going to get so much traction on this product when I go back into the office. For now, it's a little bit like touch and go in terms of what I can get through, just because, like I said, I don't really wear makeup at home. Like there's really no point, so I wear it for my videos and that's it. So you guys get to see me super glam. You guys get to see me better than anybody else does. So appreciate. But yeah, so we'll see what happens when the offices go back, but for now we're just dealing with what we got. So talking about the final product in my project pan that I have to talk to you guys about, it is my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is what she's looking like. So she's got a bit of usage in there, definitely not much. So look, I love this as an everyday eyeshadow palette. When I'm working in my corporate job, honestly, even if I wasn't doing a project pan, like if I wasn't doing a project pan this year and this was the eyeshadow palette that I was trying to get through, this would definitely be something I would be particularly interested in using anyway, because literally the most beautiful everyday eye look is created with this shade here, this shade here, this shade here, and this shade here, and then the inner corner highlight in this is actually still quite beautiful as well. So you can tell which shades I'm more drawn to because you can see the dips and stuff in the pans. And this one here, I absolutely smashed through the shade. So love that. So I'm honestly not too concerned about getting my value for dollar out of this, just because it has gone such a long way. But I think I mentioned it in my recent project pan update. If this is not gone by the end of the year, it needs to go. I mean, somebody has actually stood on this. That's how durable these are. It's so good. Testimony to Too Faced for their packaging. But someone has actually stood on this, and there's like a bow in the actual palette itself. You probably can't even see it, but I can see it. Somebody has stood on it and like pressed it in, and that's why it kind of like struggles to open and close a little bit, like it doesn't all line up. But literally none of the shadows have ever literally shattered or anything like that. But it's such a good everyday palette. I mean, if you're just getting started out in makeup, I'd probably very much recommend picking up this one, just because it's kind of idiot proof. Like anyone can really use it, and it blends super easy and super well. So yeah, definitely recommend that. But I'm sorry guys that I didn't really get that much movement in my eyeshadow palette, because I know that this is the most exciting part of a project pan, is how much of the eyeshadow the person was able to get through. But like I said, the reality is I don't really wear makeup, but like I will wear it more for you guys. Like I am hoping to upload 3 times a week. I'm hoping to upload a vlog on a Monday, a tutorial or something on a Wednesday, and then kind of like a fun video on a Saturday, be it like ranking all my eyeshadow palettes, which is a video that I recently did that a lot of you guys seem to really like. So I'll have that in the cards for you guys to go and check out, and in the description box below. So it's kind of like a fun video where you get to see stuff in my collection and get to hear my thoughts and stuff like that. But I am trying to film at least 3 times a week now, so I'm hoping to do my makeup 3 times a week. So hopefully I will use up more of these products, and I will make sure that I do a project pan update every single month from now on. I've been doing them every month and a half to 2 months, but I'm now going to be doing it every single month, because I did originally give myself the deadline of 6 months, and I did actually have a reward for myself, which was going to be a luxury item, which is not going to happen. Like I'm not spending my money on a luxury item right now. That's just not how I want to spend my money, and I'm also not going to meet the deadline of this project pan. So I'm officially extending my project pan out to the end of this year, and whatever doesn't get used by the end of this year, it's going. It's in the bin. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how much is left in it, it's going in the bin. So girl, I really need to get going on these, because it would break my heart if I threw out 2 basically full powders. Like that would just the thought of that just actually hurts my soul. So that's everything from me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for my project pan update. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next video will be my top recommendations of foundations if you are a makeup artist who is looking to develop a makeup kit. So if that's something that you're interested in, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and have your post notification bell on, so that you know when I'm uploading my videos. Like I said a little bit earlier on, I do want to upload Monday, Wednesday and Saturday moving forward consistently. So make sure that you keep an eye out for those. I know that not all of my videos are getting seen, so again, definitely make sure you've got that bell switched on so that you don't miss any of my videos. We're having so much fun over here right now. Like I really feel like I'm getting my content like down. Like I know what I want to do, I know what you guys want to see, so we're going for it. And again, do not forget to go and check me out over on Instagram. My handles are on the screen again. I have a makeup account and a personal account. If you could follow me on both, that would be fantastic. And that's pretty much everything from me. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.